Today is still March 16th, 2026. Like I said in the last video, I noticed I was stuttering. I couldn't help it. I get so upset dealing with these idiots. But that's what they want to do. They want to get in your head. They want to play with you. I had a lecture with my new husband, Carl, and he was having a girl moment. And that Rick's just lip service right now. Rick is lip service. He's getting in your head and they're only words. The day he shows up as an actual threat, we'll let them know when he's still running his mouth saying he's going to do something. But they're just words right now. He's just trying to pull a fast one. Trying to get in your head and scare you. Stop it. Stop letting him get in your head. But I'll tell you what. Henry Moffey showing up March 12th, 26 in Summit Mall last Thursday. That he's having somebody watch me and Carl in our apartment. Okay? This is Dave's girlfriend's dad. I've been sleeping on the couch, popped up. For one thing, with my asthma, I haven't been coughing as much. It helps. It's cooler, it's darker out there, and I sleep better. And it's quiet. So I've been sleeping out there after I get home from work so I can sleep. Okay? Complaining how I sleep on the couch. Mad that I bought the furniture in the basement. It's not his damn business. He needs to learn it. But him telling that guy that he gave him a patient's portal to pull anybody's medical records. That's a flat out lie. And if he actually has that kind of technology of stealing anybody's medical records, he needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped anyways. He also saying that he's going to bring Carl's family over, steal everything we have, and then have Carl's family remove him by force. The day that there will be a baseball bat included in that one. People said, I said that the other day in the car, and they showed up in Alliance. They said they were trying to make sure she couldn't carry a gun, so when they came in and took care of her, she wouldn't be able to defend herself. Well, October 16, 23, they said it was another murder plot for them to make sure I couldn't carry a gun again so they could show up and kill me. They never thought about a baseball bat, that she'd have something like that. I can carry a gun. See, but I want you to think how stupid they are. Okay. I went through the laws on the one, and when you hear the laws, it shows how retarded these people are. And then if any cop ever goes along with it, yeah, I'll probably end up reporting them because then they're not smart enough to have a badge and carry a gun. That's where it's ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. One of their scenarios, HIPAA violations. Doctors cannot talk about you without your consent. It is a 10-year sentence. They cannot share your medical records with anybody. It's a 10-year sentence. They cannot get a judge's friend to give them a court order to pull your medical records to go through to see if they can use anything against you. No attorney can have their doctor friend do it either. Doctors cannot be in it with people trying to kill you, your ex-husband. They can't talk about you. They can't share their medical records. They cannot tape you unaware because of the act of HIPAA and privacy. It's a federal crime, 10 years each. Okay? So all their scenarios easily debunked. See, they try to say an attorney's office and a doctor friend and pull their medical records or working with the police and the FBI to get her concealed carry taken away from her. Have her locked up, whatever. It's all lip service. It takes a stay in a state psychiatric hospital. They have to get a hold of a court. A judge in a competency hearing has to find you insane or incompetent. And they have to explain it to you. Get a social worker disability and guardian. Until that happened, you're not found insane. Insanity and mental illness is not curable. It is a brain disorder that's not curable. Okay? So, something that's not curable and the person's fine, it'd be fraud. These people laughed at me. They paid off a doctor from before to write up fraud on me. Well, that's just fraud. The person's fine. You can't write up fraud. And then half my medical records, March 27th, 25, an agent had gotten out of Dave that a girlfriend from before me made him marry me so he could get a job at my dad's factory, and she was the one using my insurance. Over 15 years of my medical records are some other woman's. And then I was a victim of medical fraud. I had a bunch of surgeries. My muscles locked up. And I went to the wrong doctors because I was in so much pain because my muscles clenched. They gave me a bunch of wrong meds. I swelled. My whole body swelled up. I had seizures, heart attacks, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down. I was dying. They were lying so bad they said I had brain tumors. I go into my community health and they said, well, we need to have a long talk what those doctors are doing. The only thing's wrong with you is your muscles locked up from those surgeries. Those doctors are known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping them off, making them sick, and getting kickbacks from the drug companies, and draining your insurance like a checking account. Sharing them with associates and friends doing the same thing. They've almost killed you. You get an attorney sue them, will represent you in court. They've been defrauding you. And to remove the state to pull your license. And it's wrote up as fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. Anything but my muscles locked up. So everything's already fraud. Okay? And they're saying they're paying off more people to write more fraud. But then half my medical records are Dave's girlfriend. And then Dave's other girlfriend, Michelle, Katie's family member, her dad, in Alliance, they said that he was impersonating one of the doctors from before, and he admitted that he never met her before, ever. And he was telling everybody he was the doctor from before, and he was the one that taped her. And he's never even met her. Trexon told us to say stuff back on Blue Marks. I don't think Katie's mom, Mary, Mary's niece Michelle, and her dad Henry Mafia, or whatever his name is. I don't think he's funny. And then telling people he was a psychiatrist for a sexual disorder or wanting your brother. I've never seen a psychiatrist for wanting my brother. I don't have a sexual disorder. And I never wanted my brother. But it shows what that little crackhead bitch thinks is funny, making up those kind of scenarios. A psychiatrist for a sexual disorder of wanting your brother. That's disgusting. Annoying. You know, this is where these people, they play with you. They tell you what they're going to do to you, and then they do it. They told you they were using me as a pawn, and then how I didn't know what they were doing, and then in 22 they set up that agent to be arrested. They were going to get the case thrown out because he told on me for calling the FBI hotline before he talked to me, that he admitted on a recorded line. Everybody knew he had him in his office. He knew they were trying to kill me. He was laughing at me and mocking me and bullying me. Like, say you're lying to arrest you, say you're lying to put you in jail. That kind of shit. Act like a crazy person. Made me beg for my life, made fun of me. Opens a real case with statements, money and immunity. Threatens me if I told. That's considered blackmail. The other one's badgering, obstruction, justice, and tampering with a witness. And then left me there and took my money. He was defrauding her the whole time. These people even told him. They sent out emails of him bullying me. According to the guy that lives in my old apartment in North Chapel, he was in there with a dirty doctor scam. Not one of mine, works for them, and they lied. Of course they lied. It's HIPAA. He was part of scamming that agent. While he was bullying me, he let him listen for their entertainment. That they had paid them off. Paid off that agent to do it. They have a recording of him bullying me, and they're sending it out to police departments, and I guess they altered parts of it, but you can tell they're altered, and him chuckling at me like Satan himself. But the thing of it is, we're September 10th, 25, Tuscarawas County Courthouse. We were in there, and we're March 5th, 26. They said, those people said they were FBI, bad-mouthing me, called me a liar, and called the case fraud. That's not funny. See, that's where, when the case first started, it wasn't a drug cartel case. It was a threat and attempted life case. I reported threats on my life and documented attempts. It wasn't drug cartel. It was a threat and attempted life case for an FBI informant. I had Perry police reports of attempted break-in. Dave's telling cops they knew where the security system was. I was followed rented by a church person's Facebook friend. Well, then I was almost kidnapped in front of Terry, and then almost carjacked, and Dave took off and left later to Dixie. He knew I was getting carjacked and left me on purpose. So I have at least 2 documented attempts on life within a year. Katie out in the mall telling 3 people at church were trying to kill me. Dave threatening my life. So what is my case? It's attempt and a threat of life case. Like they said, Karen never lied to us once. She called and reported threats and attempt on her life. They were threatening her life, and there were some attempts. It's an open threat and an attempt of life case. It led into the drug cartel that showed up. Now, if all they have to do is the FBI, she never lied once. It was a threat and attempt to life case. It led into the drug cartel. Got a lot of them. But the original case was only a threat and attempt to life case. That's all it was. With money and immunity. For helping getting information on people threatening her life and trying to kill her. It just led into the cartel. But and see, that's where I even have Dave taped of him threatening my life and knowing of all these other people threatening my life. It's a threat and attempt to life case. But where those people are down there call me a liar. Where am I a liar? Everything else was caught under police surveillance. They were trying to say nobody ever showed up around me. You'd have to be Helen Keller, blind, deaf, and dumb. 3,000 people seen him at Faith Family Church. And then everywhere else. And then these people sold a login for $25 a pop in 18. Where M13 is selling logins to protected custody cases. That Will was selling the login for $25 a pop in 18. He's the one that sold it to the cartel. It's probably that Henry Moffey. He's the one selling government technology. And they're live streaming them. I can go other places and people know the case. Big hit among teenagers. Even little kids have it. So, different religions, da 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 da. You know what I mean? That's where them saying that there was no one around me. Did I report anybody around me? No. When I called the FBI, I reported what? Dave and Katie threatening my life. And what? The attempt to break it, knowing what the security system was, following around it. And if you look up that guy, his Facebook friend is another church person, and they're saying that church is trying to kill me. There's threats and attempt to lie. And I tried to tell that agent about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle, and yeah, wouldn't listen to me. And he's a serial killer, and they let him go. My God. So, we're going to put it this way. If Henry Murphy, and he's the one doing this, how he's going to steal everything from the government, get the government thrown out, steal the case's money. Okay, the FBI has not paid me in 7 years. If they don't pay me, does it affect me? Not really. Would it make a big difference in my life and my children's life? Yes. Will I be damned if I let Henry Murphy take it and just a drug dealer and his Dave's girlfriend's dad? I will throw a fit before he gets it. Because he's probably one of my rapists. He's a drug dealer. He set that agent up. Now, if the FBI agent John gets arrested for telling on me, they're saying he took a payoff. He stole my money. He left me there. He bullies me on the phone. And he was defrauding me. He gets arrested. Does that affect me? No. Sorry, Agent John, I really don't. And if your surveillance you got on your threat and attempted life case, you got all those drug cartel dealers, they get it thrown out. What, we got picked up following me around for threat and attempted life case? All those drug dealers get it released and serial killers. Does it affect me? No. Those serial killers sue the government for false arrest under fraud. Does it affect me? It don't come out of my pocket. But like Walter said, Karen, you're in a threat and attempted life case. These people try to kill you. They could wait and try to kill you again. You have a protected custody order over you. You can't get out. Most the FBI can do is put you in another witness protection program. Get the money and immunity for life. I'm in immunity and I'm in protected custody and I can't get out. But if they want to get the surveillance thrown out from following me around and let all the drug dealers and serial killers go and let them, that they were defrauding me the whole time, and let them sue them for millions of dollars and be stupid, okay. If I got my money, see, like, they don't think Agent John, no matter what, would defend the case and pay me. And that's what would stop it. All you have to do is defend the case. It was like the police officer told him before, Karen never lied once. Her original case, all it was a threat and attempted life case. People were threatening her life, and there's documented a couple of times. It was a threat and attempted life case. That's all it was. It led into the surveillance of the cartel that showed up to help. That's where it blew up. But the original case, Karen never lied once. And then she never lied after that because we had it all under police surveillance. And she was saying the same stuff we had. The original case, all it was threat and attempted life case. That's all it was. I had several attempts on my life. People were threatening my life, saying it's them. And they put me in a witness protection program, money with immunity, so the police can surveillance me. And then the cartel shows up. And that's where it led into it. But if they want to let the cartel go and say they were defrauding me, okay. They want the cartel to sue him for false arrest under fraud, okay. It's not my money. You want people to die because they let serial killers out? That's your fault. And they want Agent John arrested for defrauding me the whole time? That's fine. You want to put him in jail? Go ahead. No offense to Agent John, fine. But I can't get out of the witness protection program because those people try to kill me. There's a judge's order over my life. And there was documented attempts by the Perry police of attempted break-in. Dave told them they knew where the security system was, and a church person's Facebook friend followed and ran to me and would have rolled me the way they hit me. Katie was telling people in the mall it was her church trying to kill me, to 3 different people. Threat and attempted life case. That's all it was. And it blew up into this. Like they said, only thing Karen knew when the case first started was Dave was threatening her life and her children's life, and so were other people. She didn't even know these people existed. They had her so drugged up there. The only thing she knew was people were threatening her life, and she had some taps. That's all she knew. They had her that drugged up. And until these people announced themselves, she didn't even know they existed. I didn't. And my God, did you get surveillance off my case? Then I got you information leading to Trek Asami's arrest. You got Judge Peters on the floor. If you want to let these human traffickers out into society, I mean, I could plead for the safety of the people. But if you choose to let them go, that's your fault. And you want them to sue that you had no right around me and you were defrauding me and your case was fake and you want to give serial killers money, that's your fault. This is like gasping, but that's fine. You want to have Agent John arrested? Sorry. I mean, it really don't affect me either. None of this affects me. But I will not tolerate anybody in law enforcement ever going along with a drug scam of an attorney's office with a dirty doctor trying to work with the cops and the feds, trying to get her concealed carry taken away because that doctor wrote up she was insane in a staged girlfriend stand. He's never met me before in person. It's just a fraud scheme. And see, that's where the cops can look it up. She was never in a state psychiatric hospital. There was no competency hearing. They're scamming us. Seriously, they're scamming you. My God, they make my head hurt. And that's where I can't tolerate. See, that's where I got into it with Carl tonight. Before I left, we met with Desi, and she started talking about Rick beating that horse, poisoning that cat, threatening everybody's life. I go to the police department. I have a headache. We were there 2 hours. I wanted to get the case number for the stalking and harassment on Rick. Well, I let Carl, by mistake, go in there by himself. And he's in there having a meltdown of how Rick threatened to kill him. I talked to the deputy. Sheriff Cox wasn't there. I got Carl in the car. I told him off for acting like a whiny baby. We get home, and he's like, he really scared me. I said, Carl, he's in your head. I said, it's lip service. He's yelling stuff at you. He told other people to say stuff to you, and they're just getting in your head. It's all lip service. It's all words. Did they ever hurt you yet? No. I said, I know they hurt that. They poisoned that cat, and they beat that horse. It's really mentally sick, what Rick did. But you didn't get beat. You didn't get poisoned. He did it to animals, which is really sick, and it shows how sick he is. I said, but he didn't hurt you. He hasn't hurt you yet. It's all lip service. He's just in your head. He wants to get in your head, so you freak out and you lose it mentally of, I said, knock it off. I said, I will fight with you to fight for you. Because he's only in your head. And what he wanted to do is scare you to the point you lose it. I said, knock it off. He said, he is only in my head. I said, the day he shows up on our doorstep, that is an actual threat. And the cops will take care of him. I said, but until then, right now, we will let them know when he makes another threat. Because right now, it's just lip service. He's just rambling. I said, remember when we first got together, you came home stomping, he was demanding your farm. You said he's trying to pull a fast one. How dare he want my farm? I said, same thing. He's trying to pull a fast one. And he's sitting back laughing that he scared you. He's just a big bully. Now stop it. He said, I am letting him get in my head. Reality. It's like, I'll fight with you to fight for you. Stop letting this monster scare you. And see, these people try to scare you, try to even scare you to death. But Henry Maupin making threats over my husband is not funny. And him stalking me. And it's him doing it. And it's Katie's mother, Mary. It's her niece, Michelle. It's her dad. Because if you put September 30th, 25, 1 o'clock in the morning, the confession is all this is their family's debt to drug dealers. They're the ones that incited Carl, my new husband, Carl, his family, that to take his farm and to threaten him. Then you take January 1926 of Henry Maupin saying he's the one inciting Rick to steal everything. And he's the one that even confessed that he's trying to pull a fast one on the FBI and steal from the case. It's him doing this. That's father and daughter. Then if you go back to Anita and Pam saying Mary's niece Michelle is willing to kill someone for the opportunity to date Dave. It's for the opportunity to date someone like him. She's willing to kill someone. Dave was excited, never had anybody willing to kill someone for just to date him. And that poor family needs their help because they're in debt. It's their debt to drug dealers. It's Katie's mom, Mary. Anita is Mary's sister-in-law. It's Mary's niece, Michelle. Henry Maupin is her dad. And it's them, where they're in debt to drug dealers, or drug dealers trying to get the other ones released, sue the government, run a big con. It's just them in it with drug dealers. Judge Peters from Florida was seen with that girl with the short blonde hair called Michelle, saying she dated Dave. She tried to tell people she was a retired judge's daughter, retired Judge Pete's daughter, then she was FBI agent Will's daughter. She's just Mary's niece. And that she was above the law. She could have anybody drugged, beaten, raped, like she was so big. But what's not funny is she told people the people that were with her were from Florida. And they worked for Judge Peters, the human trafficker that got arrested off of this. Because his people were up here. That they were drug traders and human traffickers from Florida. They worked for Judge Peters. They were relocating people to Florida to a resort area. It was Disney he was operating out of. The Texas group, the Kingsmen from Texas, they had a pipeline. If you look at the rest, they were selling people between Florida and Texas. That's why they were here. Then Michigan showed up in Buffalo, New York, and California, and all these cartels had a free-for-all off this big con. It cost thousands of lives. And it's just a big con. Like they said, nobody will say anything to her. We all know it's just Katie's family trying to steal everything for themselves. Like I said, if they want to get the surveillance thrown out on the drug cartel that showed up, I don't care. They want to let the serial killers loose, I don't care. They want the serial killers to sue the government for illegal arrest on them defrauding me, okay. Just don't come out of my pocket. Save it, but okay. But I'll be damned if Henry Maupin is going to get my informant money. If the FBI doesn't pay me, it don't affect me. I didn't get paid for 7 years. Agent John more likely stole it and put it in his dirty pocket. If he gets arrested off this, so be it. It was supposed to be an act, what the cop said, that he was only acting that way to track the drug dealers. But all they have to do is stand up for the case. Like they said, the original case, the absolute original case, all it was a threat and attempt to life case. She had attempts on her life, and people were threatening her life. And they put her in the witness protection program and money and immunity for helping them get information for these people threatening to kill her. Karen didn't even know these people existed. They had her so drugged up there. And it led into the cartel. But if they want to let the cartel go, that's fine. If they want to be stupid, they want to let the cartel sue them, that's fine. They want to get Agent John arrested for defrauding me, okay. But if I get paid, that's great. But Henry Maupin's not getting my money. That's just, I almost died to save my family. And I helped the government get information on a lot of cartels. And because they were the one hurt me, it was like the hero of the story was like Minnie Mouse. So, oh my God, don't hurt me again. Oh my God, don't hurt me again. Oh my God, they're over there. Don't hurt me again. It was bad. It was horrifying. I got hurt real bad. So that's where um, the original case was only a threat and attempt to life case. They put me in the witness protection program with money and immunity, get information on Dave and the churches. The drug cartel was never mentioned. They showed up afterwards. They showed up and they were willing to help. And these were the drug dealers they came to collect. And Henry Maffei's daughter, Katie's family member, Michelle, admitted September 30th, 25, they even human trafficked people. They sold people, women and children. They're bastards. They're not going to get my money. But if they want to get the surveillance of the case thrown out, that's their problem. I can't, like Walter said, you cannot get out of the protected custody case. These people try to kill you and they could wait and try to kill you again. The most the FBI can do is put you in another witness protection program. You get the money and the immunity for helping get information. I got them information. But if they want to let the cartel go, that's their problem. They want Agent John arrested, that's fine. If they want to let the cartel sue them for false arrest because they're calling their case fraud, the original case was only a threat and attempt to life case. They got the cartel because they showed up to help. The drug dealers that came to collect, and the other ones helping out with the con had a free-for-all. And they got a lot of them under police surveillance, showing up mocking me. I got to go in, but, if I got my money, that'd be great. If I don't get my money, it don't change it. But if all they have to do is stand up for the case. Karen's one of our informants. She never lied once. The original case was only a threat and attempt to life case, and it blew into a cartel case. You look it up in the courthouse. That's where it goes into the drug and task force case. Because the drug cartel showed up. I'm going to upload this.